Ladies and gentlemen, good evening. It's my hope that this video is going to find you guys in good health. 3 allies of President Uhuru Kenyatta are giving William Ruto sleepless nights. The first ally giving Ruto sleepless nights is Karanja Kibicho. Karanja Kibicho is the Principal Secretary for Interior. This is the gentleman managing security apparatus of this country. There is no way you can become the President of the Republic of Kenya without managing or without the support of the security apparatus. That's the role of Karanja Kibicho. And specifically, the President has tasked him to deliver the votes of the mountain to his side, which is the Azimio la Umoja movement. So he's giving William Ruto problems in the larger Mount Kenya region. The second individual giving William Ruto sleepless nights is a gentleman, the man they call Short Guy, Joe Musheru, the Cabinet Secretary for ICT. The voting system in this country is both manual and electronic. You cast your vote, you count your votes manually, you cast your votes manually, they are counted, you vote electronically, they are also transmitted electronically. Then the results are always beamed live on TVs. So for IBC to succeed, they must work very closely with the Ministry of ICT. And this gentleman is giving William Ruto and his allies sleepless nights. And it's been very consistent. The other day he was attacked and he had to respond to William Ruto's allies. To William Ruto and his allies.
For coming here, we are having a function to just recognize the talent we have as a country. But I'm surprised with some of the things I've seen in media. I saw a 411 where people are complaining that as a minister of ICT endorsing a candidate, it is a problem, and the IEBC needs to either sanction me or something of that nature. It's a big surprise, and maybe it's because I saw today there were polls that came out, and even with those polls, maybe the numbers are not looking good, and people are looking for reasons or excuses. But I'm a minister, and I'm allowed to be able to endorse whichever candidate I choose, because I'm also a Kenyan. I do not work for the IEBC. I do not run elections. And I am therefore surprised that so much effort and energy can be put, such a long letter is written, to start asking IEBC to sanction me. Why? Me, I'm just supporting a candidate. One of my bosses is in government today and is running for office. And now they are saying that I have more capability than he does. And yet he is the sitting deputy president running as a candidate. Is it me who has more resources or him?
The third individual giving William Ruto sleepless nights, who is also the subject of this video, is Fred Matiang'i. Fred Matiang'i is the Cabinet Secretary for Interior. And in 2019, through Executive Order Number 1, President Uhuru Kenyatta effectively made Matiangi the Prime Minister in court, because he made him the supervisor of all cabinet ministers in the Republic. And most Kenyans believed that by that move, Fred Matiangi was now doing the job which previously were being done or undertaken by the Deputy President. Since that time up to now, Fred Matiang'i has been one of the thorns on the flesh of the Deputy President, Dr. William Ruto. So the other day, President Uhuru Kenyatta challenged William Ruto to resign.
Ambiane ukweli jameni, mimi wakati unafika lazima watu waambiane ukweli. Wewe unajua hii shida sio ya mtu. Hii ni shida ya uko wapi wakati mimi nakuhitaji. Na ndio mimi nashukuru huyo mzee at least hata kama alikuwa na mambo yake alikuja kunisaidia. Na hiyo ndio ukweli wa mambo. Badala ya viongozi kuwa wanaketi kusema tutasuluhisha namna gani, jameni, tutasaidiana namna gani, wengine wanaenda huko kuinsight wananchi. Angalia hii bei imepanda, uliza Uhuru. Yaani mimi Uhuru niko Ukraine, mimi ninafanya nini huko? Jameni. Mimi COVID nilikuwa huko kulala kutoa mimi. Badala ya kuja kunisaidia, kuniambia niko na mawaidha hii na njia hii na njia hii, njia ambaye tunaweza tuokoe watu yetu wakati tunagojea mambo haya yaishe, wewe huko kwa soko na matusi. Na wewe unajiita kiongozi na unajiita ati wewe ndio sijui namba ngapi katika nchi ya Kenya. Uko wapi? Badala ya kunisaidia kuondoa hiyo shida, wewe uko kwa soko kusema ulizeni ule. Basi si ungewacha uniwachie mimi nitafute mtu ambaye angenisaidia jameni.
And in response, the Deputy President stated that he's not going to resign, that resignation is not part and parcel of his vocabulary. And he went further and challenged the president that it is the president who took his roles and assigned to Fred Matiang'i and yule mzee wa kitendawili. But Fred Matiang'i has now responded to the Deputy President, Dr. William Ruto. I want you guys to pay close attention to what Fred Matiang'i is telling the Deputy President.
Those who are saying that are the ones who should be asked to explain what job I took from them, because I am not the one talking about taking a job from someone. Those who are talking about it and making those claims are the ones who should actually be asked to explain what job I took from them. If it wasn't a serious matter that touches on the stability of the country, you would even actually laugh about it. And for the time being, we'll keep suffering restraint, and I'm using my words carefully, suffering restraint. There are many things we would like to say, but we're restraining ourselves because of that edict of collective responsibility and because we need to keep the country together. As for the question about Cabinet Secretaries participating in politics, you know, it's this usual hypocrisy and pretense in our political environment. In 2017, those of you who are here and many of you who are reporting in Kisii, I was on the campaign trail with them, all of them. So did I become a CS now in 2022? I was not a CS then. They did not raise the issues when we were campaigning with them. Some of those who are raising issues, I was with them on the campaign trail. I addressed public meetings, even here in Kenya Market. I was with them in meetings, in South Mogrango, in Gesima. I was with them throughout the campaign. The internet does not forget. Go and look for videos and so on of rallies where we were with them, those who are making those claims in 2017. Now, because we are not with them, we are breaking the law. You know, this dishonesty characterizes the behavior of those people. And that's why I keep saying all the time, it's laughable that they are seeking a public leadership. Very dishonest people and then very hypocritical who believe in just lying to look for cheap and petty sympathies. There is no law we are broken. I am here working with these people. 2/3 of these elders in this church are my father's contemporaries. I am participating in development like any member of society. Nothing absolves me from doing that. What politics have I played today? And in any case, by the way, when did I lose my rights to comment about what is happening around society? 3, I am not aware myself of any effort to interfere with the election.
No, that's Fred Matiang'i. You know, in this country, we have the president and his deputy. Then below them should be Fred Matiang'i. But Fred Matiang'i is now addressing the deputy president in that manner. So in this video, I want us to look at that response from Fred Matiang'i and why it's significant. Before we do that, if you're watching the channel for the first time, please take a second or two, click that subscribe button so that next time we produce a video like this, YouTube will automatically notify you. And to the subscribers, I want to continue. Thank you guys for your continued support, because without that support, this channel cannot be where it is now. Let us get back to the main issue. Fred Matiang'i is telling William Ruto these three things. Number one is reminding Ruto that in 2017, as a Cabinet Secretary for Education, he, alongside President Uhuru Kenyatta and William Samoei Ruto himself, campaigned in this country. And he reminded Ruto that in 2017, he campaigned in the same place he was addressing the Deputy President yesterday. And that the Deputy President should spare him because he also has his constitutional right. And the truth of the matter is that the Deputy President is justified in his fears because the ghost of 2013 and 2017 elections are still alive. He knows so well that those elections, they won, but they were never free and fair. I want you to listen to the Deputy President very briefly, warning Raila Odinga against interfering with Fred Matiang'i, because during that time, Raila Odinga was telling Matiang'i to stop campaigns because he was a government official.
Miwa former prime minister anashindana na Uhuru Kenyatta, awachane na Matiangi. Ama namna gani? Sisi tunamwambia wale washindane na sisi. Sio IBC itapiga kura, sio ballot papers itapiga kura, sio wanajeshi watapiga kura, sio polisi watapiga kura. Wananchi hawa wa taifa letu la Kenya, hii ndio jeshi ambayo itapiga kura. Ni kweli ama si kweli? Kwa hivyo wawachane na askari wetu wafanye kazi zao, washindane na sisi watafute kura. Ama namna gani watu wa Nyamira? Tutatembea pamoja. Jameni Nyamira, safari hii tutatembea pamoja.
The second thing the Cabinet Secretary is reminding the DP is that Ruto and his team are probably in a panic mode. That they had intended to do certain things their way, but those things are not going to work in their favor. Basically, the truth of the matter is that as far as William Ruto and his team are concerned, immediately after the last election, they were sure of a win because they only needed the deep state, and the Deputy President was supposed to go to a few areas, just the coast, western, and with the support of the President, he was going to be declared the President. But that's now not going to happen. And that's what Matiang'i is referring to, which means these guys are now in panic mode and is reminding the DP that their role now will be to make sure that the elections will be free and fair. And according to them, what the Deputy President is engaging in is basically propaganda. Propaganda to prepare their people maybe to rebel or to react in case he's defeated. The third thing is reminding the DP, which in my view is also important, is that he challenged the Deputy President to specify and explain to Kenyans the specific role of the Deputy President, which he took from him. Because according to Matiang'i, he was just made Cabinet Secretary for Interior and also the supervisor of other ministry. And according to him, he's done that job. But why do you think William Ruto and his team are in panic? Why do you think they fear Fred Matiang'i in particular, and to some extent Kibicho and Joe Musheru? In my view, they fear them because of, number one, Fred Matiang'i is a very close ally of President Uhuru Kenyatta. So which means whatever Fred Matiang'i is executing, whatever Karanja Kibicho is executing, whatever Joe Musheru is executing, has the blessings of the president. President Uhuru Kenyatta has made it very clear that he's not going to allow his deputy to succeed him. Which means the deputy president and his team are well aware that there is no way President Uhuru Kenyatta is going to allow him to succeed him. Because, for example, Fred Matiang'i will oversee the transition of power. If he's taking sides now, how will he oversee that transition? He needed to be neutral, but he's now going out of there, which means based on the exchanges, these guys are going to ensure that there is no way William Ruto is going to succeed as the next president of the Republic of Kenya. And that's the biggest fear in William Ruto's camp. William Ruto has maintained that elections cannot be rigged. His team are crying foul that IBC Joe Musheru and the team are actually working day and night to rig the elections. So their fear, in my view, is because they feel that these gentlemen are close allies of the president, and therefore whatever they are doing has the blessings of the president. Number two, the docket these three gentlemen are holding are key to rigging. That's the truth. So if you want a free and fair election, you will depend on ICT. If you want a free and fair elections, you will depend on the security apparatus. A story is being told that in 2013 and 17 also, Raila Odinga and his team hired agents in the larger Mount Kenya region. And they also hired some agents in other parts of the country like the northeastern Kenya. Unknown to them, majority of the people they had as agents were actually the intelligence. These are people who are working for the system. So when results, of course, they had a few of their guys there on the ground. So when the results were announced at the tallying centers, what these guys would do, they would collude with IBC and assign altered figures. So where Raila Odinga would get, let's say, 100, his figures will be reduced to 10. Where Uhuru would get like, say, 300, the figures would be changed maybe to 450 or something like that. And that is why Jubilee won in 2013, in 2013 and again in 2017. So this is the fear. William Ruto and his team understands all these schemes because he was part and parcel of these people. Ruto oversaw the rigging in 2017. He oversaw the rigging in 2013. And he understands the people who played crucial role during that time. And that can justify the fear. These guys are holding sensitive dockets. Number three, I also think that the biggest fear the DP has is Fred Matiang'i's influence in the Gusii region. If you look at 2013 and 2017 elections, as much as Raila Odinga managed to win in Kisii, his votes were actually stolen. In Nyamira, Uhuru Kenyatta managed to win the presidential votes. Why? Simple. Rigging. That's the truth. If you asked anybody in Kisii, they would tell you Raila Odinga was going to win. They voted for Raila Odinga. But the results in Kisii, the percentage was, I think, 50-40. In Nyamira, they won because of Matiangi. So that's the fear, because William Ruto had purposed, like for example, he had purposed Nyanza he had purposed to split Nyanza so that he was going to win Kisii or the Gusii region and Korea. Based on what's happening, without the support of the deep state, he's not going to win. And that is the biggest fear he's facing. And number four, I also think that the ghost of 2022 rigging schemes are actually haunting the DP. If you do something and it succeeds, you do it again, it succeeds, and then the clock turns the other side round, and it's now you facing the same team. Of course, you know how they do things, but your fear will be justified that these guys are going to steal this thing. I don't know what you think. That's my take. Till next time, bye-bye.